up? What is up? You're always talking to yourself for the first like 2 minutes on these. We are live. St. Vrain State Park, and I'm fishing. But there will be no new episode from this day because I only got 2 little ones. I can share those as like short videos, but oh my gosh. I talked to a ton of anglers. It was packed here today. Nobody did anything, or at least nobody did anything more than about what I did, like 2 fish, crazy slow. But that's just not, nobody needs to see me land 2 stalker trout, 1 on power bait and 1 on the fly rod. That was the only kind of cool thing, is got 1 on each rod I brought. But oh my gosh, that was tough and slow. Half the pond here was ice, and I just think they're really lethargic when the water temperature is literally at freezing or like a degree above freezing. So I thought it'd be better use of my time to go live and see who checks in with me here. But wow, yeah, this was the real deal. If you don't know where this is at, it's kind of east of Longmont, Colorado. It's a busy, popular state park. I used to work here, but better use of my time to go live, I thought, in the final 30 minutes of sunlight instead of fish. But hey, no skunk. I always brag about that. I always talk about that and brag about that. I don't hardly ever get skunked, and so that's good. But at that point, you're talking 2 10 to 12 inch trout, 1 of them on power bait. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody cares. So we're gonna go maybe catch a sunset. I'm actually on a trail and I'm not exactly sure where it's going. Not that you can get lost at St. Vrain State Park, but anyways, we'll see who jumps in. Nobody's here yet, but boy, they were tricky today. No bad days fishing though. No bad days at work. No bad days anyway. Maybe, just maybe, somebody joins me here. Hello, hello, hello. Who is that? How's it going? Metallic World, what's up? How are you? Fish On with Coach Steve, coming to you live. Coming to you live from northern Colorado. Out doing a little fishing. Shocking, isn't it? When your channel's named Fish On with Coach Steve. What's up, Champion? How you doing? Oh, nice. Vladimir sent you. Max Barnes, how are you? What's up? Steve coming to you from northern Colorado. We are live on Tuesday, December 30th. Can you guys believe tomorrow's New Year's Eve? So happy New Year, guys. Hope you had an awesome Christmas and happy New Year. Got to say that, you know. Got to say that on the evening of December 30th. Happy New Year. Max is here. What's up? I'm doing a little fishing, guys. I got a couple fish. So see if any anglers jump in too. Muslim, that's great. So my Christian Christmas is tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Happy for you. That is great. Show you guys where I'm at here. Here's a view looking west. Check this out. This is kind of an urban park where I'm at. This is called St. Vrain State Park, east of Longmont, Colorado, kind of north of Denver. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Happy New Year to you. Check this out, guys. Look at these mountains. Look at this lake here in the mountains. This is gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I'll even face east so you guys can see west. Look at that, guys. That is pretty right there. I don't care who you are. It's one thing about being east when you're not in the mountains. You know, there's a view, you know. So these areas like this are still absolutely gorgeous in their own right. You know, I'm a 30-minute drive from being in the mountains, 30, 45 minutes, but look at the view. You can see them. Those are the Rocky Mountains. That is the Front Range of Colorado. And absolutely gorgeous, guys. We continue to be mild. We continue to be so mild, in the 50s here today. We had just the briefest of brief cold snaps that put a thin layer of ice where I'm at right now, and then back to the warm-up. 10-day forecast for here is all 50s. It is unseasonably mild. January is usually our coldest month of the year, and we haven't had winter yet. We just haven't had winter, period. Like, It really didn't snow a single day in December here in northern Colorado. You guys know this is like the famous ski state, right? Ski and snowboard, and the mountains have a little bit of snow, but they're kind of hurting too for snowpack, so it's wild. But thanks for jumping in, guys. Happy New Year. Thought I would just do a little live here. Fishing was slow, got a couple, but fishing was slow. Better use of my time. Hang out with you guys and go live. It doesn't move in Colorado. No, I know. It doesn't snow. You're right. It just doesn't snow in Colorado anymore. Nigerian Nightmare, how you doing? It just doesn't snow much. Your favorite rock band? I mean, if your name is Metallic World, I mean, are you kidding, man? The 80s was my childhood. I loved Metallica. I loved Metallica when I was a kid. If you want, I'm probably more like the classic rock, kind of like, Journey, Fleetwood Mac, CCR. That's kind of more my thing, but as a kid of the 80s. But hey, that's pretty cool. What's up? What's up, Jameson? Jameson's here. Mr. Versace, what is up? How we doing? Nigerian Nightmare, did you know that your username there and handle or whatever it's called is one of my favorite players for the Kansas City Chiefs named Christian Okoye? His name is the Nigerian Nightmare. So I like your username there. Reminds me of Kansas City Chief great Christian Okoye. Long retired. My brother-in-law's met him, hung out with him. Good dude. I've actually connected with him on Facebook. He's actually answered some personal messages I sent him on Facebook. Great guy. Cowboys, that's awesome. Yep, yeah, you guys beat us on Thanksgiving Day, as you well recall. Chiefs traveled to Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, and you guys beat us, and that was the beginning of the end of our season. So, not the year for the Chiefs, but that's okay. Happy New Year, guys. Glad you're here. Look at that, guys. Look at that. I love you, Berserker. Have I gone fishing recently? Yes. Answer to that is yes. The GoPro is strapped to my chest, my dear friend. So I'm not going to make a full video, an episode out of today, because I only caught 2. Nobody needs to see Fish On with Coach Steve reel in 2 stalker trout. I honestly thought I'd tear them up, and had I done that, I would have made a video probably. But hello, how you doing? June Sands, 4731. What's up? Steve coming to you from Northern Colorado. But yeah, I would have made a video for sure if I just tore them up today, but only 2. And it was wild. The only cool thing about the numbers today, I love being out here no matter what, but 1 on the spinning gear and 1 on the fly rod. So that was cool. And I mean, honestly, the footage is right there. The footage is on the GoPro. So I could make a video out of today, but I don't think anybody really cares to see me reel in 2 11-inch trout when 1 was on power bait and 1 was on the fly rod, but that's okay. You're 10. Do your parents know you're on YouTube? Hey, good thing you're hanging out with me, because I coach 10-year-olds for a living, and I have a 9 and a 12-year-old at home, so you're safe with me. I keep this thing clean and positive and family-friendly and fun and educational, so you're safe with me. But my 10-year-old would never be hanging out with a random dude on YouTube Live, no offense. But my own 10-year-old would never hang out with me on YouTube Live, but thankfully, you are safe with me. I have a long history of not being a creeper, so you are good to go here. Just be careful what you read in the comments. Hell yeah. Ryder, what's up? Ryder. I got a 6'7". That's awesome. Hey, been watching you for a while. Oh, no way. Some thoughts about chasing some carp? Oh, that's awesome. Ando, thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate that. Ando, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, crazy enough, I've caught a number of carp on the fly rod, but it was before I started my channel. Thanks for the gift. Ryder, thanks. Appreciate that, Ryder. God bless, Ryder. Happy New Year. Thanks for the gift. That's why we go live. That's why we go live here. Fish On with Coach Steve. You guys, hit that subscribe button. You guys get me some subscribers. You guys send me these gifts. I don't know what they mean, but some are monetized. They're awesome. And, and you guys, hit me up with this stuff. So, there's a 2026. That's awesome. That's so fun. Thank you. Thanks for that. That was from Linda. Linda's here. Appreciate that. Thank you. Ando, back to the question. Yeah, so I've been fishing my whole life, and but my carp on the fly rod were before I started this channel. So I don't have any videos of it. But as far as my advice and suggestions, thanks for the gift there. Happy New Year. As far as my suggestions, you know, it's obviously a really bad time of year when you can get the carp when they're in spawn mode and they're literally on the surface. They're tricky to catch. Carp are funny. You know, carp are very funny that way. They're tricky to catch. They really are. They are tricky to catch on the fly rod. It's a feel thing, and you got to get used to it. I've caught them on little bugs and nymphs and streamers. I've caught them on, you know, obviously on conventional tackle like this. But yeah, that's a good question. It's not something I've targeted recently. I have caught carp on the fly rod at Bar Lake State Park in Brighton. And did you just say you're from Louisville? Did you follow my channel? So Bar Lake State Park in Brighton, I've caught carp on the fly rod there. I've caught carp on the fly rod at a little park in Longmont that I can share with you if you send me a PM. I don't want to broadcast that one to the world. I've caught carp on the fly rod at like City Park in Fort Collins, but I don't have any videos of it where I broke it all down. But you know, I would use this right here. This is a 9-foot 8 weight. Carp can get big, you know. Carp can get big. So this is a 9-foot 8 weight, which is overkill for where I'm at today, but I'm in the market for a new fly rod, and I wanted to use this and test some new line. But anyways, 9-foot 8 weight is like your largemouth bass fly rod or carp fly rod, in my opinion. So, but it's a feel thing. It's not easy. It's not easy, and that's a good reminder to do that when the weather warms up and it's all open water and there's carp everywhere towards like May and June. You know, I'll do a video for you. I'll do a video for you and attack carp on the fly rod. Oh, another place I can share with you here publicly that I've caught them is in Loveland, off Taft and First. If you go into Loveland, Colorado, off Taft and First, there's a whole series of ponds in there, and I've caught carp on the fly rod in there. There's also some nice catfish in those ponds too. Yeah, thanks for the question. But they're tricky, you know, they're tricky. I should do it more. I honestly should do it more, because the only carp that I have shown you guys on my channel is with spinning gear, oftentimes with my boys. So hopefully that helps you, man. Please try to get a fish. Yeah, no, I'm done fishing. It was slow today, and I'm done. It's really hard to go live on YouTube and literally actively fish. That's why you have the GoPro. That's why I have the GoPro strapped to the chest, because it's hands-free. You know, I'm holding my iPhone 17 Pro up right now, so it'd be really hard to fish. And everyone here was struggling today, and it was so slow that I decided it was a better use of my time to do a little live with you guys. And you guys have already sent me a couple gifts and subscribe, so apparently this was a good idea. So like I say, I just always play off the chat and the messages when I go live. It's fun. It's kind of fun. Sometimes it feels a little pathetic, but it's fun. So I like to connect with you guys, give you guys shout outs. You guys send me gifts. You guys subscribe to the channel. You know, technically, you know, watch hours and views on a live are also monetized with YouTube. So, you know, that's something else we're doing right now as we stand here. But hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year. Hope you had an amazing Christmas. I'll hang on a few minutes because the sun has not set yet here in Northern Colorado. Always cool to find someone that says they watched the channel. Ando from Louisville, that's cool. Louisville's kind of a suburb of Denver, or at least north of Denver. There's an area called Louisville Superior that's kind of north of Denver. I'm in Longmont, Colorado, off Highway 119 and I-25. I'm about 30 miles north of Denver, and at a place called St. Vrain State Park. And I bet actually some of these ponds probably have carp you could attack on the fly rod. I've always come here for walleye, bass, and stalker trout by the gazillions, but today was a struggle. Everybody I talked to today was struggling. I just got a couple fish today, that's all. Of course, I was only here 2 hours, but I don't know, I had 4 bites total, maybe 4 or 5 bites, landed 2. So I'm not even making a video out of today, but like I say, no bad days, no bad days. That's not even a complaint. I'm just not gonna get a full episode out of my trip right now because nobody needs to see me catch 2 stalker trout in 2 hours. That's not very entertaining. Although maybe it's more entertaining than my lives. But look at that, guys. That is a Northern Colorado sunset. And thanks for the gifts, guys. God bless you guys. Happy New Year. Hit that subscribe button while you're here. Thanks, Silly Bean. Silly Bean sent me a floating heart, or Ryder. No, I think Ryder sent me a floating heart, or somebody did. I'm not sure. When it shows up in the chat, I'll tell you. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You guys send me these gifts, and we boost our subscriber total and everything else. So while you guys are here, hit that subscribe button. I don't know, before I started this live, we were like 3,135 or something, maybe 3,136 subscribers. So I bet if you guys refresh that, it'll say 3.14. I bet it says 3.14 now, despite the fact I'm not giving you guys the most entertaining live ever. At least it's pretty, though. At least it's pretty here. You can see how pretty it is here. For an urban park, honestly, this is an urban park that gets a lot of traffic. I mean, this thing sits off 2 major highways. But, you know, I'm not a snob about these things. To me, it's gorgeous. To me, it's absolutely beautiful in its own right. It just is what it is, you know. It's kind of an urban park. I'll show you the layer of ice on this pond. That made today tough, too. Check this out. If you guys can see that, there's a little open water in the middle of this pond, and there's a lot of ice right here on the edge. In fact, this pond itself is like 80% iced over and 20% clear, but there's no safe ice. There's no safe ice here to ice fish. We've been way too mild. We just had a cold snap. We just had a cold snap in northern Colorado that Ando knows all about down there in Louisville, and cold enough for a day or two and a night or two just to get a thin layer of ice here. But it's been so mild. Our winters have been so mild in northern Colorado. As you guys see the sunset there. And thanks. Oh, that is Silly Bean, I think. Thanks for the gift there. Appreciate you. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out. But you know how the game works. More than that is engagement and watching the videos and the views and the watch hours and all the hits like that. So thank you guys for checking it out. In fact, actually, if you go to my very most recent video, it'll say S2E60, Season 2, Episode 60. It's over 45 minutes, and I caught about 75 fish in 6 hours. The video itself is edited down to probably 45 minutes, but you will see yours truly, your humble correspondent, Fish On with Coach Steve, catch about 75 fish in 6 hours, 2 absolute monsters, 7 gorgeous browns, and a bunch of tiny rainbows. Just insane. I mean, incredible. Oh, I lost the chat. There it is. Sorry, guys. Happy New Year, Jameson. Heather, what's up? How are you? Happy New Year to you. Alessa Keller hit me with the 6-7. June, subscribe. Thank you so much. Jenna, happy birthday. Savvy wants me to give a shout out to Jenna Talia, if I'm saying that right. Happy birthday. Silly Bean was sending me some gifts. Ando, be awesome. Done fish down the ponds out east of Boulder. If you know those ones. Yep. Ando, I do. Sorry, guys. I lost the chat, and now I found it. Steam Silly Bean, nice. Thanks for the gifts, Silly Bean. Dusty, what's up? How are you? Okay, sorry, guys. The chat froze, but I got caught up with the chat. I was wondering why nobody was talking to me. So I got caught up with the chat and the messages just now. Sorry about that, guys. The last thing there is Silly Bean sent me 100. Ruby's Jewels, whatever YouTube calls them. Thanks. And then Dusty said hello. Hello to you, Dusty. No, that's cool, Ando. Ando, I'll throw something else out for you that you might want to do. Don't forget about these rivers down in town, especially when they ice over in the high country. I'm telling you, man, you mentioned Boulder, okay? So take Boulder Creek. There's a lot of public water on Boulder Creek east of Boulder, like towards Gun Barrel. Fly fish it and thank me later for the brown trout you're about to catch, especially in the fall, you know? So you got to wait like 10 months, but especially in the fall of the year, get your streamers out like Thin Mints and go catch those brown trout. Boulder Creek east of Boulder, St. Vrain through Longmont, and even east of Longmont, Big Thompson through Loveland, Pooter through Fort Collins. I've caught trout east of I-25 on the Pooter. I shouldn't even say that publicly live, but most people aren't from Colorado, so these lives don't really get out there like my normal episodes do, so I think I'm safe telling you that. But if you want a tip right there, that's not your carp, right? That's not going to be your carp. That's going to be trout. And it's funny how many times brown trout live down in town. They tolerate warmer water better. It's funny how many times it's only browns in town, and they're huge. Why are they huge? Because there's more food and there's more opportunities to feed, and there's a longer feeding season because you're in town. You know, for example, when the Pooter freezes up in the canyon, it might be open water in Fort Collins. When the Big Thompson freezes up in the canyon, it might be open water down in Loveland. So there you go, Ando. You got to do that sometime. I'm not sure if you know that or do that already, but wow, chase your brown trout on all these rivers through town. In fact, the St. Vrain River is right here. You can't see it, but if you know my park where I'm at right now, the St. Vrain River is literally right here. Unfortunately, from this actual state park, it's all private. There is no access. There is no public access to the St. Vrain River in St. Vrain State Park. It's called St. Vrain State Park because the river runs right through here and has helped form all these ponds that I'm walking on right now after fishing today. Oh, what's up? Hello, young man. Kate Smith, how are you? How are you? And there you go. Calling me a young man is as good as sending me a gift. Check that out. Nobody calls me a young man anymore. Your humble correspondent, Fish On with Coach Steve, is 52 years young. Nice to meet you, Popo. What's up? Popo, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. Fish On with Coach Steve here, live, coming to you from Northern Colorado. Happy New Year, guys. Hope you had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. Coming to you from Longmont. Nice to meet you, too. Northern Colorado. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. Heck, we might be on long enough to show you guys the sunset. Huge tips. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Fished all those waters, but definitely. Right. Exactly. Ando, Laxboro, that's what I'm telling you. And you'll be by yourself, too. Like, you'll be by yourself, despite me mentioning it right now. You'll be by yourself. You won't see another angler. I'm telling you, all of them. I've caught fish in all of them. All of those areas, like east. And it's not, I know it's not as pretty to some people, right? It's all cottonwood trees. It's not as pretty. You're not in the mountains. I get that. But guess what? There's a lot of fish, and the fish are even bigger. So oftentimes they're bigger. Oh, thank you. Yes, Popo, it is beautiful here. Hard to please guy. I'm not ice fishing. There's ice on some of these ponds, but it's not safe enough to get out on. I'm in northern Colorado, and we've had a mild winter. So, yep, not ice fishing. I'm done for the day. I struggled today, guys. I struggled. I caught two fish. It was kind of cool. I caught one on spinning gear and one on the fly rod, but nobody I talked to here today was doing anything. The fish were very lethargic with very subtle bites, and it's not my first rodeo with tough fish, but yeah, no, it was tough. It was really tough today. Decided to do a YouTube live in my fading light because it was so slow. So yeah, we're not ice fishing, but I'm coming to you from northern Colorado, a place called St. Vrain State Park. So not ice fishing. You would watch Fish On with Coach Steve die if I walked out to the middle of this pond. Actually, there's no way I'd even make it. I would fall in 6 inches deep and then just have wet feet. But yeah, you would watch me die a sad, tragic death if I walk to the middle of this pond on the ice. It's not safe. Fish on Christmas vacation. Yeah, for sure. Yep. I haven't made a ton of videos in December, but I've made a couple. So if you guys check out the last one, episode 60, you guys can watch episode 60 and comment on that one. 45 minutes of just nonstop action. I caught 75 fish in 6 hours. So episode 60, the most recent video I have out there is me catching 75 fish in about 6 hours. 2 absolute monsters too. 7 browns and dozens and dozens of baby bows. Really fun. Subscribe. I know. Yeah, you're right. That would boost my subscribers, wouldn't it? That would get me going viral if I fall through the ice. But hey, you can subscribe to the channel without me falling through the ice if you want. That's a beautiful thing about these lives is you always pick up a few subscribers and you guys send me these gifts and you get some watch hours. So, but yeah, I suppose that would probably do quite well, wouldn't it? But then I would leave my wife a widow and my kids without a dad. But yeah, I suppose that's one good way to do it. We joke about that when I'm in Florida. I catch a number of 6 to 7 foot sharks in Florida every year. You can go on my channel. And see me bring these guys in. But I hardly ever get skunked. I catch 6 to 7 foot sharks. I never pay a guide. I figured it out by myself, and it's all land-based shark fishing. I'm not on a boat. I'm on the land, and you guys can see me reel in a number of 6 to 7 foot sharks. And I always joke about that. I'm like, yeah, well, if this shark took my leg off right now, that'd be a viral video, but not really worth it. I'm really safe and careful out there. There's some inherent risk when you're letting a 7 foot shark go. I get that, but I'm really careful. DUIs do I have? I have 0. Swear to God, Choco, I have 0, but I've taken a lot of people to jail for DUI in my former career in law enforcement. So, yep. I swear on my mother's grave that I've had 0 DUI convictions in my entire life, but taken a few people to jail for DUI. Maybe you, perhaps. But thanks for asking. Coach Steve here is trying to do his best to live a good life. Wow, there's just a lot of people here, guys, off Point West. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 10-foot sharks from the beach. Yeah, I've had a 12 to 14-foot tiger shark on, and it broke off. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have had true monsters on that broke off. Kate, thanks for the question. Not much. Hanging out with the family. Wife and I's anniversary. So thanks for asking. Our 15-year anniversary is basically in a couple days. So how about you? That's all. That's our plans. We're going to lay low and not go anywhere and chill. But every New Year for us is kind of like coming off of Christmas. You celebrate the New Year and have an anniversary. So that's what's happening at Casa de Fish On, is little anniversary celebration. Oh, no way. Are you serious? That'd be amazing. Hard to please guy. Sup? What's up? FIS Clausist, if I'm saying that right. 10 years. Oh, let's go. 10 years. Congrats. Heavy duty. That's huge, man. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Congratulations, you guys. Heavy duty's 10 years sober today, and fishing saved you. That's fantastic. People ask me, heavy duty, why I fish so much, and I say it makes as sense as anything else. It makes as much sense as anything else. I mean, why not? Hanging out at places like this. So congrats. That's huge. That is huge. 15 years. Oh yeah. Thanks, Kate. No. I'm quite a bit older than 21. I assure you. Maggie loves Tabas Squishy. Say my name. I'm trying. Maggie loves Tabas Squishy. Hi. Poop P. There you go. Poop P. Hi. How are you? Talk about keeping it simple. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Congrats, man. God bless. That's not easy. Fantastic. Sober, what's up? 52, you're close. 52-year-old man. You're right. Northern Colorado is almost a desert anymore. It doesn't even snow here. So you're right. Actually, this climate is really a desert that snows anyways, except we're not even getting snow now. So yeah, 100%. I'm going to show you guys something right now. Are you ready for this? I'm in Northern Colorado. Keep in mind, I'm in Northern Colorado at 5,000 feet. Here you go. Yes, those were cactus. And yes, there's cactus all over here. We get about 300 days of sunshine a year. This is extremely typical to have just like no clouds and full sun. And this is a desert that snows on a normal year, but now we're not even getting snow. So we have cactus all over. Do you think global warming messed up Colorado? No. Sober, let me answer that this way. Hey, what's up, doctor? Thank you. Missed you too. Let me answer that this way. My degree is literally in environmental science, okay? My degree is literally environmental science from the University of Kansas. I have a bachelor's in environmental science, and I've done an enormous amount of research. And I patently deny and contradict and do not believe in man-made global warming. I do not believe in that at all. I see only natural fluctuations in weather. It's all about the sun and the ocean waves and the moon and the sun, and it is naturally not snowing right now in Colorado. It's naturally cyclical and fluctuating mild in Colorado right now. Other parts of the country are cold. So man-made global warming is the biggest hoax ever perpetuated upon the American public in the history of the country, okay? Other than people that say socialism is a good idea for your economy. So man-made global warming is the greatest hoax ever perpetuated upon us as Americans. An absolute phenomenal waste of money to attack it. It's insanity. There's just natural fluctuations in weather. Trust me, guys. I want to go to New York City to visit my mom. Health isn't... Oh, sorry to hear that. Prayers for you. God bless. Sorry. Coke butter cheese. Tech, I said it. Yeah, it's fine if you guys don't agree with that. I've done an enormous amount of research. The problem is my position is not paid by the federal government. I don't get any money to have my position. But if I come out and say there's catastrophic climate change that's man-made, I make a fortune. Okay, if I'm a scientist, I make a fortune. If I come out and say it's man-made, we got to pour trillions of dollars into it and just expand government and make Washington, D.C. bigger. So you can say what you want about Trump. I don't think Trump is a great person. Say what you want about Trump, but I 100% support him getting us out of the Paris Treaty Accord and Paris Climate Accord, and 100% support Trump not investing trillions of our dollars into the freaking hoax of man-made global warming. So there you go, guys. There you go. Oh, man, you guys get me. You guys know me. You guys get me going. You guys get me going. Don't get me going like that. Doesn't get hotter every year? Yeah, maybe. But guess what? There was a really hot period 150 years ago, too. Thanks for the gift, Addie. Thanks for the gift, Addie. Yeah, and next year it might be colder, right? So are we in a warming period in some areas? Yes. But I think it's cyclical and natural and not anthropocentric. Okay, it's not anthropocentric, which means man-made or human-caused, right? Anthropocentric, anthro meaning human. So that's my take on it. Is it's natural and fluctuating. So, and you could have a 10-year ice age coming up, and yeah, remember when it was called global warming, and then they called it climate change? Remember that, guys? Remember when it used to be called man-made global warming, but then they realized it was BS and they changed it all to climate change? You guys understand what I'm saying? So if the temperature where you live tomorrow is different than today, catastrophic climate change. Remember that? Remember that? The radicals don't call it global warming anymore. They call it climate change. Because if tomorrow's different than today with the weather, it's catastrophic man-made climate change, and we got to go spend trillions of dollars from taxes. So yeah, there you go, guys. And if you want to unfollow me for that, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Blame it on cows, right? Yeah, my ranching family doesn't really like that. So you guys can guess my politics. Oh, Nikki, you want to know. I'm literally a graduate of the University of Kansas, and my radical left indoctrinating professors said that Miami would be underwater by 2005. Okay? You know how abusive and criminal that is to tell young minds that Miami is going to be underwater by 2005? But here's the problem. It's 2026 in 2 days, and Miami's not underwater. So it's criminal and abusive to try to indoctrinate young minds like that. So think outside the box, guys. Think independently. Think for yourself. Don't even, listen to me, but at least I offer something different than CNN. At least I offer you guys something different than the radical left, mainstream culture, media, society. Can you read my comment? Sorry, you have to send it again. I think it's off the screen. And never said man-made. Yeah, I do think the climate changed naturally, 100%. Real estate appreciation. Think outside the YouTube channel. Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, we should get back to fishing. But look at that, guys. I'll leave you guys with an amazing sunset. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at that, guys. Yeah, we're not going to doom and gloom you guys and ask for trillions of dollars to solve man-made climate change. Look at that. Look how pretty that is, guys. I'm a glass half full positive guy. And Nikki, that's a good sunset. Hey, thanks for the gift, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe and follow along to all things on the channel. Watch the videos. And I actually got to run, even though there's a bunch of people here. But I like that this is the only guy that's outside enjoying life. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, God bless you guys. God bless you guys. God bless you guys. Happy New Year. Hope you had an amazing Christmas. If you've given up on God, he hasn't given up on you. It's not about religion. It's about relationship with the one and only Christ. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. See ya.